brown envelope, which is a renovation project wherein we have put in a new skin around an old structure. The client wanted to live in the house designed by his father 50 years ago, and the idea was to use the ground floor for the personal use and the first floor was to be kept undisturbed. But the client wanted a new elevation and the landscape was to be done to suit their requirements. And they were only a family of two primarily, the husband and the wife. So the entire planning was to be done accordingly, and of course the house had to be Vastu compliant. The site is situated in Sagar, which is a residential neighborhood in Pune. There is a G+1 structure on the west, G+2 structure on the east, and again a G+1 structure on the south. The footprint of the old structure on the ground floor was 800 square feet. The front margin was 10 feet. The side margins were 7 feet on the east and the west, and on the south it was 12 feet. So the old structure had a living room in the northeast corner and the entrance was from the north. The kitchen was in the southwest corner and there were two bedrooms, one in the northwest corner and the other one in the northeast corner. And there was a toilet block situated in the space between the kitchen and the bedroom. Because the house had evolved in stages, the connection to the first floor was from the south side, and this connection had to be maintained while refurbishing the old structure. As per the new requirements and the norms of Vastu, we modified the ground floor, wherein we removed a lot of internal walls and made it like an open floor plate. This L portion is the only internal wall that we retained, and of course the bedroom had to have an enclosure, that's why those walls were also retained. Otherwise the kitchen, the dining and the living all flow into one space but are segregated using floor patterns and furniture items. The connection of the indoors to the outdoors is the main USP of this project. We have provided a pedestrian entry in the northeast corner, which takes you to the porch in front of the main door, which is facing the east. This is the deck in front of the main door, which welcomes you with a pattern made out of triangles and diamonds. We have a central motif tile which resembles the traditional Rangoli design. On the ground floor, the skin has bricks to give it a warm and a natural look. And to break the monotony of the bricks, we have introduced granite slats which gives the user a sense of directionality. Once you enter, it's an open floor plate. You are entering the formal living room, which is separated by a swing, and then the informal living starts. The informal living room is connected to the formal living room, and the swing separates as well as connects these two spaces. The furniture in this area is mostly made up of wood. The TV unit has been designed to look sleeker and to add a play to this space. The swing is totally made up of wood and the brass chain links add a traditional touch to it. Now if you look at the ceiling, we have used the diamond shaped pattern, and to add an element of surprise, the fall ceiling made in POP has these grooves which connect the four corners of this rectangular space. The same theme has been followed in the formal living room as well. This wooden box hosts a wooden finish fan. The flooring in the entire house is terrazzo flooring except for the master bedroom. Again, The formal living room has been connected with the outdoors with a large deck which has got a sit out. The window on the west side and the east side in the living room has been reduced in size so as to give a visual connect but to maintain the privacy in the indoors as well. Whereas the window towards the north has been kept big to get in as much natural light and ventilation. Again, to break the monotony of brown and grey, the way the green of plant helps, in a similar way a tinge of red and a tinge of blue has also been added with the help of a floor lamp and these cushions. The living room and the bedroom have been opened up at strategic locations to give a good connect with the outdoors. The dining is just adjacent to the kitchen and is designed to have a 4-seater table. So we are in the dining area, which has a seamless connection with the formal and the informal living room and the kitchen on the south. This is the magnet of the entire house, and that's why a lot of elements have been added in this space. To start with, the flooring, which is made up of terrazzo, has been designed in a chessboard pattern of beige and black color terrazzo tiles. A similar diamond shaped pattern is continued on the walls, which has been done in POP grooves. Again, the ceiling, which is finished in wood, has the similar diamond shaped pattern made in grooves which fan out in east and west direction. The furniture in this area is again made up of wood. Just like the living room, a tinge of color has been added with the help of this pendant lamp and the painting, which is inspired by the Raza geometries. The master bedroom is in the southwest corner, which is accessible from the dining area. We have also provided a powder room so that the guests can use that without disturbing the functionality of the master bedroom. This is the master bedroom in the southwest corner. Now this also follows the same concept and same material palette. It is a combination of grey to the walls and the ceiling and wood, that is teak wood, to the furniture. Now the flooring here is wooden looking tiles. To tone down the usage of wood, we have minimized the teak wood on the wardrobe and have finished it in grey color to match with the walls. The bed has been given a floating effect. The window behind the bed has been kept to the minimum just to get in light so as to provide privacy to the client. The design of the grooves following the profile of the window help in breaking the horizontality of this room. Just like the living and the dining room, a tinge of color has been added with the help of this red fabric finished pendant lamp, and the paintings have been kept subdued so as to match with the finish of the walls. The master bedroom opens up into a deck on the south side, which hosts a vertical garden. So this is the deck to the master bedroom. This entire space on the south side has been designed to act like a private cozy garden to the client. So when they step out of their master bedroom, it's a complete different outdoor space that they get into. Now again, the same concept has been used here. This pause point has a flooring pattern which has a geometry of triangles. The vertical garden adds more green along with the landscaping on either sides of the vertical garden. To add tranquility to this space, a water body has been provided on the southwest side with a serene and calm looking Buddha statue. The noise of the water falling in the form of sheet adds to the soothness of this space. The elevation design is at the core of this project. Because the house evolved in stages, the ground floor, the first floor was not in sync with each other, and there were a lot of projections which were haphazard in their design. So the main intent was to give a uniform and a elegant look to the house from the exteriors. So in the plan, if we analyze, this was the existing profile of the house with all these projections on all the sides, say of the chhajjas or the storage boxes that were protruding out from the surface. So we just decided to use aluminum fins as an envelope all around this profile and made it look like a perforated rectangular box which was opened up at strategic locations wherever there were openings on the first floor. Client had mentioned conflicting requirements in their brief. On one hand, they had a nostalgia of the old Pune Vadas, and on the other hand, they wanted a modern facade also. So the new elevation design is a deliberate juxtaposition of different materials at different levels. On the ground floor, we have made use of bricks, which is a common material used in our traditional Pune Vadas, which gives a natural and an earthy look to the house. Whereas on the first floor, we have used aluminum fins, which gives a modern and an elegant look to the house and also helps in making the envelope light in weight. Color palette and the materials on the exteriors have been planned in such a way that they complement with each other. The brown color of the aluminum fins is done deliberately so that it complements with the tone and the color of the bricks. Whereas the landscaping is done mostly in the shades of grey so that the presence of brick and aluminum fins is accentuated. The color palette of the interiors complements with the exteriors. Just like the exteriors, which has brown and grey as the color palette, the interiors follows the same color palette. We have used brown for the furniture, which is made in teak wood, and the walls and the ceiling are painted in light and dark grey respectively. The beige color terrazzo flooring helps in providing a good backdrop to the paintings, the artifacts and the murals. The internal spaces and the furniture design are dominated by wood and veneer. The main door is made up of real wood. The dining table, the chairs, the sofa, everything is made up of real wood, especially teak wood. Whereas for the fixed furniture items like the storage shelves or the wardrobes or the bed or any wall cladding, we have tried to use 4 mm thick veneer, which is again a teak wood finish veneer. In the master bedroom, we have used the flooring as a wooden looking tile. Again, for the windows, we have gone for aluminum windows finished in a wooden texture, and even the fans in the living room and the bedroom has a wooden feel to it to complement the design and style of the furniture items. Usage of wood is not just restricted to furniture items and wall claddings. We have tried to use it for the ceiling of the dining area also, and wooden boxes have been introduced at the location of the ceiling fans in the living room, both the formal and the informal living room as well. Even the kitchen has been finished in a wooden looking laminate.
So what here designed for us, as you'll see, is a brown envelope with all those brick, wood and glass elements. Fabulous. It's very charming. It's a charming old house. But the main thing is once you enter the house through that large teak door, the first thing you see is a big jhula, a wooden jhula with those brass links. I could see myself sitting on a jhula with my grandchildren, just the way I used to do with my grandfather. Now it's not just a house, it's a home. It's a home for me. But then it's not a home, it's a smart home. But when you look at the walls, you find those cute toggle switches that can take you back in the history. You step out the house, what do you see? We have those Rangoli motifs, a Tulsi Vrindavan, perfectly paired and matched with modern pergolas or vertical gardens. What more can I ask for?
This being a renovation project, it had its own challenges, and especially because it is a 50-year-old structure, we didn't have the record of the structural framework of this house. So we had to assume a lot of things initially and had to, take impromptu decisions while the work was happening on site. In the first meeting itself, the client had mentioned the emotional quotient that was attached with this house because it was built by his father. He had mentioned that when his father had built this house, it was a unique structure in the entire neighborhood. So when we redo the house, it has to be a unique house once more.